Hi, welcome back to A Coastal Thrifter. So, I find myself in Crestview today. Dave is not with me because I had to pop up here on business. And I said, you know what? I have a little time this afternoon. I'm going to hit up the Waterfront Mission again in Crestview. So, let's see if we find anything good today. So when you first walk into this Waterfront Mission, they have a pretty impressive selection of nicer shoes to the left-hand side. And I actually found a few more boots up here at this location than we normally have down in Fort Walton Beach. Crestview is about an hour north of Fort Walton, just north of Interstate 10. And they had a nice collection of hats here too. This one was pretty cool, had a kind of a pirate vibe. But I think more boots up here because it's, closer to the country. There are more farms and things of that nature in this area. There's more rural property up here. So you might find more things geared towards that lifestyle. A lot more farmhouse style things up here, more country looking things, primitive country, that type of thing. So sometimes it just takes a short drive out of your own area to find a slightly different vibe at the thrift store of the merchandise and things that you'd be picking up. I have found some nice things here before. So you never know. You always have to go just take a look. I really liked this basket, but it was a little too big for me to bring home. Liked the shell on it though. It's pretty cute. That's kind of a coastal vibe. You're still going to find coastal stuff up here. Found this cool old coffee filter system, filtration making coffee maker. Anyways, yeah, it looked brand new, so I popped it in the cart. It's a nice little piece of lust to wear. I do pop that in the cart so I can take a Google at it. I think it ended up being Teleflora. I did end up putting it back, but sometimes I'll pop things in the cart so I can walk aside and have a look on Google and see what they're worth. These were super cute too. I thought they had a look of Majelica to them. Lovely little palm inspired, lily pad inspired bowls. Very pretty. They had quite a few mugs here, which I was excited about initially, but I didn't really find anything in the mug section. However, I did find these. These are tumblers, and oh my gosh, aren't those the prettiest color green you have ever seen? I am in love with that color green. I didn't know right away when I picked them up. I couldn't Google them because of the saran wrap, but I did see that they were Libby on the bottom. So I thought, okay, I got a set of 4 vintage Libby tumblers here. They were asking $12.99 for them, but I later found out that my instincts were spot on. I put those in the cart. And then I found these Anchor Hockings. These are a set of 4 very heavy, very sturdy, nice Anchor Hocking vine patterns. And I'm still working on getting those cleaned up and listed. Look at all the Christmas they have. Such an impressive collection of Christmas things. There was this little snowman plate by Libby. If you know about this, that is a possible item to pick up. They do sell, but closer to Christmas usually. And they don't sell for a whole lot. So you have to kind of weigh it. There's a lot of them out there. You have to weigh the options on that one. I did find this other cute little snowman plate. I decided to put him with the other snowmen. I thought they should go together. Sometimes I'll rearrange like that. Do you do that when you're thrifting? If you see things that belong together, I always group things together. Well, I think sometimes too, I wouldn't want someone to miss this piece if they were looking for something like it. Then I found the Blue Sky Clayworks votive holder. This is a tea light votive holder by Blue Sky. They wanted $5 for it. I did get it home and it is listed, but I sadly discovered someone had bought it and I had to refund them right away because I did discover that one of those little tails of that banner on the bottom there had broken off. I didn't see it in the store. I didn't see it when I was photographing it, and I did not see it when I was listing it. Then I found these. This is rare to find a complete set of stocking hangers. You're usually missing a letter. And here is a look at the linen section now. Not a tremendously huge linen section. These had the feel of Crosskill. I had to stop and take these out and inspect them for a minute because they looked to be really high quality. I thought they were probably a brand name, but for the life of me, I could not find a tag in here. I had to stop and Google search them, and they didn't turn out to be Crosskill or any particular name brand. Then I found those, and they looked like vintage field crest. They looked like honest to goodness vintage mid-century towels in perfect condition, didn't they? But guess what? They weren't new at all, or they weren't vintage at all. They're brand new with tag. And so new made to look old. We see a lot of that too, so you always have to do your job and research. Now this was a Pioneer Woman pillow, but at $8 it was too expensive for me to pick up. I would have bought it. And then this one really broke my heart. Look at that terrible stain, and it is a Crosskill throw pillow. So that would have maybe been a $25 throw pillow. Okay, so I'm back home, and I've managed to unwrap the few things we bought. I did leave the coffee filter cold brew thing back there. They were kind enough to let me open it at the register, and it was missing a couple small pieces. Like I probably still could have sold it, but I didn't want to sell an incomplete one, so I decided to leave it. And it was half price, but I decided to leave that one behind because I wasn't sure if I was going to hold on to it for a long time or not. So here's what we did end up taking. And these are the Anchor Hocking Laurel glasses that I found. They're very heavy. They have a lot of weight to them. And they are worth, I think around $12 a glass was the comps I was pulling up. So at least $40 for the set. There is one here that's kind of crazed. That one is a little bit cloudy. I can try to pull that out of there with the little vinegar. But for $6.95, I think we will make our investment back on that. And these are rare. These are... They wanted $12.95 for these, which I thought was a little high at first. And these are Libby, and I could not find any comps on the green ones. The only comp I found was on the blue one, and it is from replacements.com, and they are on the blue ones. They're asking $23.95 a piece. So you're looking at $80 set here at least on these for my $12.95. I think they're quite lovely. It's called Citrus Green, and I think it's green vine pattern or something like that. Garden vine, I think, is the name of the pattern. And you can tell, it's got that recycled glass look. It's kind of wrinkly looking. And I just love them. I think they're gorgeous. These are beautiful. Like, I might be tempted to keep these for my future fancy house, but I don't know if I have the room to hold on to things like that. Then these were Biltmore Inspirations, these two bowls, $4.95 for the pair. They're worth somewhere between $8 and $18 a piece. So at the high end, you're looking at $36 for the pair. I probably wouldn't ask that because you can see this one is quite faded. So really, this is the most viable one I have here. But they're really pretty, and they have the look of Majolica, don't they? And they do stack. I think they're quite lovely. And then here are little clay art angel candle holder, as you can see on the bottom, from Blue Sky, which is always a popular brand. 2015, no chips I didn't see on there. $4.95 for it. And This one's worth about $18. So, you know, give or take. This one has no damages, in perfect shape. So I think 18 is a good price point for it. And, you know, we're coming in now close to the second half of the year, and people are going to start buying more Christmas. I sold some Christmas stuff this week. Yeah. Wait till you see what I sold this week. I will pop it in the comps. I will pop the sold price in the comps. That was an amazing thing I sold. Santa face mugs that I picked up at a yard sale for $5 for the whole set. And just wait to the end of the video to see how much I sold them for. And here's what they sold for. I can't believe that. $5 yard sale purchase. And here's a little footage of us at the blueberry farm, you guys. David and I decided this week to go up to the U-Pick farm. And we are at Dairy Acres in Baker, Florida. I'll try to pop a link below in the description if you're interested. We got about 2 pounds of blueberries and we had a wonderful time. And I'm sorry for the landscape or for the angle here. I'm just going to walk you guys back real quick. This is what we've been up to today. Dave and I decided to come up here to the U-Pick Blueberry Farm in Baker, and it is called Dairy Farms. I'll try to put a link below. So I came up here, and you know, you can see I'm sweating now. So I'm gonna pack it in at this point, but this is what it looks like. And they have blackberries too, and they have a petting farm, and there's other produce here. So I think David and I got our produce and we're ready to check out. Grab your bucket when you come in, and then they weigh you on the way out and you pay for what you've picked. So beautiful, fun, relaxing morning, walking through the blueberry bushes here. The ground is nice and hard pack. So I would say, you know, this is an ADA friendly destination. This would be great for little kids and for people pushing strollers and for people in wheelchairs. There is an ADA portalette and a regular portalette. I don't know if you can see those behind me there. Those are your bathrooms. And yeah, it's maybe about 20 minutes outside of Crestview, Florida. So if you're in the area, add this one to your list. In season this time of year. There's still plenty of berries on these bushes, you guys. I mean, they're only just starting to ripen, so we had a great time, and we got some delicious berries, which are good for Parkinson's, by the way. Really good for your brain. So that was our big attraction. And Dave was so excited to come up here. He was dreaming about it all night long. Okay, so we got us about $6 worth of blueberries here. Feels like it's about 2 pounds, almost 2 pounds. We picked this morning in under an hour. We weren't here all that long. I just started getting warm, and then Dave's body decided to quit cooperating with him. So anyways, you guys, we had a wonderful time up here. We'll definitely come and do this again sometime. Springtime is best, I'd say. Summer's going to be brutally hot, so if you do plan to come in the summer,
we're closing at 12.
I would come early at 7. They open at 7. They're open 7 to noon. And is it Wednesday through Sunday?
Saturday.
Wednesday through Saturday. So I would say your best bet would be to come like at 7 on a Wednesday morning before it gets real warm, because you'll have all sorts of
It's already hot now.
ripe berries waiting for you to pick that didn't get picked over the weekend or the previous days. So it takes them a few days for the green ones to ripen. So anyhow, and when you do come and pick, I would say be cool and leave a few ripe ones on the bottom of the bush for the little ones to pick. If you pick all the low-hanging ones, then the littles don't have anything to pick. So yeah, be cool. But this was a fun excursion for us, a fun adventure. Thanks for watching another episode of A Coastal Thrifter. You guys have a wonderful week. Bye.